Alright, what's going on, guys? Trey back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a video talking about the appearance of Abraham, Eugene, and Rosita in the Walking Dead television series on Sunday, which was episode 10, season 4, Inmates. Right, so if you have not seen The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 10, Inmates, I probably just spoiled one of the big events in it for you. Well, the thumbnail itself would have. I try not to do that, but, this week there were so many things that happened and so many things to talk about, it's kind of hard for me not to. And I kind of expect my subscribers, for the most part, to want to check out the videos or the episodes when they air. If you don't live in North America, you can watch them on the internet. They're all over the internet in terms of streaming and torrents and things like that. So people in the UK, that kind of stuff, you can actually watch it right after it airs on streaming. You just have to find the right websites for it. At like 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's usually posted by then, so you can watch it an hour later after it airs on TV. So I apologize if any of the thumbnails have been spoiling, but in terms of what I need to do for the channel and send the message home, I can't really do these types of topics, this kind of video title, without kind of spoiling something anyway. So just kind of understand that I do the best I can to keep them at a minimum, but the video topics kind of will be spoilers. So anyway, that said, it was a pretty big first appearance. It was one of the biggest we've had in the Walking Dead TV series because there are three characters that play such a crucial role later on in terms of what we see, or at least two of them are, in the comic book series storyline, and to see them introduced in the TV series is very cool. It's similar to in season 3 when Tyrese shows up for the first time. If you guys remember how he just kind of shows up. Now they were able to keep that under wraps pretty good. This one they weren't. This one, it was rumored online that they were going to show up at about this time. I heard episode 10. I also heard episode 12 sometime, so I wasn't sure if it was going to be now or in a few episodes. But I am happy to see that they arrived already, because we've got a good amount of the season left to go. Another 6 episodes, right? That we can get to know them and that we can get some development out of them and find out how they're going to interact with the other characters and kind of who's going to be the leader if they do meet up with Rick, what's going to happen with Abraham and him, how are they going to get along, and how are they going to show that in the TV series. So there's lots of exciting things going on right now in the Walking Dead TV show, and this is one of the big new developments. When everything's in disarray and the group is spread out all over the place, I think it's going to help to have these three there to help Glenn sort of find Maggie if that's the direction it goes, or if they're on board with him and finding the group and trying to do that with them rather than fulfilling their own agenda, which hopefully they are. I guess we'll have to see how the TV versions of these characters behave. If they do, Abraham's a big guy. He'll be able to help. Eugene's really smart. Rosita, she's there. What are you going to say about that? But, they should be able to help Glenn and Tara, the more the better, to maybe find the rest of the group again and help to reunite. So in terms of the timing, I think the timing couldn't be better, to introduce them into the show. I think it was the right time. I think it was cool. Now, I do have to say, though, and I try to be as unbiased as possible. I love The Walking Dead and all that. I love the comic book series, love the TV series, but the actual filming of the introduction, the actual, zoom in and everything. At the end of the episode, you've got Tara. She's smashing a walker with a some kind of assault rifle. The butt end of it, she's smashing its head, and then she kind of looks up, and the way it's cut in terms of the camera views, it kind of cuts over from her face first. I hope you enjoyed the show, assholes. Something like that. Not that the acting's bad. Her acting isn't bad. She's kind of showed herself to kind of be timid but yet aggressive under pressure in the past. So I think for her, the acting was good. It fit in character, and I bought it. I bought the acting wasn't a problem. But then the cutover of the scene and the zoom in and the sound, like the in the back, it was so B-movie-ish. Yes, I know some people have stated the absolute obvious. I said this in my review. They're going for the comic book cover. I know that. I don't have to watch The Talking Dead to know that. Thank you very much for telling me that they're going for the cover that I've read in the books. Okay, I didn't catch that when I've used that same one in thumbnails in the past and I love when people doubt my Walking Dead knowledge. It's awesome. But anyway, because I've made like 1,000 videos on it almost and everything, and read everything over so many times and watched the show so many times over. I still get things wrong. Don't get me wrong, but yes, I knew that they're going for the comic book cover. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the way in which it was directed, the way in which it was filmed, looked really cheesy. Especially how Eugene kind of walks out and he's kind of like this, and Abraham walks out and walks over, and and Rosita kind of walks over, and it just felt so forced from all of them. It felt so unnatural and so posed and so forced. They definitely should have reshot that, guaranteed. It's not to say any of them are bad actors. Sometimes, when they run a scene and they have things go out, it's just the camera angle and stuff, and it just doesn't work. I don't think it's ever good to zoom in like that with that kind of music and have actors come out pre-posed in a certain way, in the stand, and it's okay to stand in the way you want them to, but personally, I didn't like the delivery of it. I think they should have reshot it because it felt B-movie-ish to me. That's just me. If it didn't for you, that's cool. But when I watched it, I was like what? Like, who walks like that? It's just, I don't know, and the zoom in and everything. I know what they were trying to do. I get it. Okay, I'm not stupid here. I get it, but it just wasn't delivered well. It looked bad to me. That said, it's no big deal. It's just one scene. It's just an introductory scene. Is an important one, yes, but I preferred the way they filmed Tyrese's first introduction. Anyway, that said, still really cool to have them in the show. I like their vehicle they're in. It's so straight out of the comics, even to the point where their outfits are like straight out of the comics, pretty much. I mean, not exactly, but pretty much. And they do look the part really well, especially the actress who plays Rosita. Man, spitting image. The guy who plays Eugene, yeah, pretty close. And the guy who plays Abraham, yeah, fairly close. He's bigger, which is good, which is what you want, and he fits the role. He talks like a sergeant, and I believe he was in Band of Brothers. I think I looked that up before and saw that. So, I mean, you can't ask for a better actor than that. A guy who's played similar type of roles in the past in really credible shows or series or movies or whatever the case may be. So I'm sure they're all going to do a good job with the acting, and I just hope that we don't get any kind of direction like that again and angles like it just didn't work for me. But that said, it does really excite me for the show. I'm really excited to see how Abraham and Glenn play off each other, how Abraham reacts to Glenn's non-willingness to give up on Maggie regardless of what happens. I'm sure there's no way he's going to go anywhere without her until he finds either a zombie body of her or her living, actual Maggie herself. He's not going to go off anywhere. He's going to be doing that, and they're probably going to run into a lot of the other members of the group in the meantime. Maybe they are part of the group that's from the Terminus or Sanctuary. It's very possible. So I'm really excited to see how they kind of work it all in, if they still head out on the road to Alexandria, to the safe zone, or to Washington, D.C. and end up in the same place. But I'm really looking forward to hoping that they expand on this new sanctuary type environment, because it's a totally new location that we don't know anything about. And I think it'd be interesting to see a television series storyline based around that before they leave. If they do head on the same path as the comic book series. In terms of the individual characters, I'm really excited to see how they fit in with everybody, how they communicate, how all the dialogue plays out, and also that Tara's in the show now. I don't want to go on for too long in the video because I think I'm going to do a character spotlight just on Eugene because he's that much of an interesting character. Also one just on Tara as well. And all around, I just have to say, I'm really excited to see the three of them in the show. They're awesome characters. Abraham in the comic books, one of my favorite, big badass type dudes like Tyrese and Shane. And then, of course, you've got Rosita, who, well, she's fun to look at, so that's great. In case they kill Maggie, we got her as a backup, so that's cool. And then at the same time, we've got Eugene, who's a brand new type of character, who's the brains behind the operation. The Krang to your shredder, so to speak. Anyway, so he'll be fun to see in the show too. And let me know if you guys want to see any character spotlights on any of those, which you'd be interested to see. And PM me if you have any other video suggestions, and I will take them into consideration. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about this one. Love the fact that they've appeared in the show. Loved the first appearance, so to speak, even though Personally felt it was clunky. Personally felt like it could have been delivered better. Still really excited to see them finally in the series. And The Walking Dead, man, just relentless. Always so good. Even when we got a slow episode, the next one, so much development, it's insane. So many new directions. There's so many new characters and things going on, or characters in disarray. Lots of fun. Just love it so much. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, call it here. That's it for this video, guys. See you for the next one. This is Trev. As always, saying peace.